But, yeah, should be a pretty interesting match. Around for a while. I believe I was expecting, not to, I think it's something that's balanced, but Kasane, okay. Just gonna look to lay down some harass on to Daze. Daze with the throwback. And actually with the blood grenade, they're gonna at least get a ton of damage off onto Kasane, if not outright kill him. The body blocks are there, they're coming in from Mixa. They might actually be able to find the kill, diving the tower. It's Daze. He's gonna get the first blood here on the Rubik. And it does not seem like Kasane was expecting that. Didn't eat a tango the entire time, so damage compared to the Puck as he levels up. It's up top. Shan has to be careful. Swedenstrong is actually playing the position for Jagira, and with that Liquid Frost, you've got a lot of damage. There's a Decrepify, though, keeping the Medusa alive for the time being. Stick being held as well, and they will get the Mars before Shad falls. Swedenstrong should be able to get the return kill, though, but the Mango actually coming in from Lelis. It's going to keep Shad alive, and Shad survives both of those engagements, and Lelis gets himself a double kill. Gonna buy out his boots before he falls. No XP for the Mars, who just TP'd in. And Shad might be dropping here, but I think he's going to be okay even if he dies. Gets a full reset if this is gone for the Urn of Shadows, but so far hasn't found a single charge. His mid lane will be an amp damage rune available for Days. They're going to toss back Kasane on the Tusk and maybe find the kill. Stormstormer had the jumps, but did not need it. Will be Days who gets it. Stormstormer, though, looking to find Swedenstrong. Another Astral Step coming back up soon, but Triple S is coming in on the Mars. The backup has arrived, so Stormstormer can't really pursue any further. And now Squadix looking to take down Lelis here on the Pugna. Decrypt's there. He's walking away, but the corner is going to be dropped along with the shots. Mixer's also going to come in on the off-lane axe as the Ice Spot does connect, buys them some time, and Mixer dropping nobody will get the dunk. It's a 1-for-1 exchange so far, but now Mixer coming in and turning the tides on the axe. Gets himself a double kill as Squadix has to run for dear life on the puck. It's a very enraged Axe in the mid lane. And Mixer, uh-oh, he's gonna get hit by the traps here. Munkushi, he's got the damage. There's the Berserker's called out along with the, the Ice Part to counter that from Swedenstrong. But man, and Berserker's call doesn't nearly give him enough survivability here. So he will TA here in this game so far. But, I mean, if Vonven don't start getting something done, then Medusa is going to be farming a lot faster eventually. As they drop the coil onto the axe, he does have the blade mail, but I don't think he's going to survive this. 3 members from the side of One Win take down Mixer. And the bottom tier 1 up for grabs. Munkushi is going to find it. Shad, though, One Win are going to be able to claw their way back. Although, it's going to be a bit difficult to do so, especially considering the amount of tempo OG are packing. Speaking of which, Stormstormer gonna go into the mid lane, try and take down Swedenstrong. Swedenstrong doing his best to maybe take down Daisy. Even lays up the Macropire, trying to take out this tier 1, and it's just right clicks coming through from Stormstormer that's slowly chipping away at the Jakiro as he will fall. The Tusk gonna get decrepified up, but snowballs again into the creep wave. I'm not too sure what that move was coming in from the Tusk. I guess he wanted to secure the power rune, but it still goes the way of Stormstormer. 1 minute, they're gonna smoke up. They've had enough of sitting around. Shiny new Blink Dagger picked up on Triple S, and he's looking to show it off. Stormstormer has to be a bit careful. Swedenstrong blinking in, but then the snowball by Days. The stolen snowball actually keeping him alive and buying time for the rest of the OG members to come in. And now Triple S in so much trouble here. What a sick play coming in from Days as he completely turns this fight around on the Rubik. One Win have no idea what just hit them. Gonna drop the Macropire though, as Stormstormer tries to go in, tries to set up for more, but One Win not really going to be giving up any more kills. Like he is going to be able to do so. Looking to go for the Skadi next, surprisingly, over the Butterfly, as I hear a snowball coming through. It is onto the Ruby, but then the Decrepify again from Lelis, and the dunk from Mixer, keeping the Rubik alive. And they find the Tusk. This axe up to 12 Coat of Blood stacks so far, and he caught Swedenstrong's courier. That was the shot in there. But One Win, they're going to make the most out of this opportunity. They're going to smoke up and try and set something up down bottom. OG, they've grouped up on the 2 supports to try and take down the bottom tier 1, but Squadix is applying a ton of pressure. Dream Coil at the ready, but there's the call coming in from Mixer, and they're going to find the Puck. The Puck's dead, but there's Triple S coming in with the arena. If they can find some return kills, it would be worth it, but the Ice Spot misses the axe. He will TP out, and Lelis will cause as much chaos as he can before he finally falls as they get the 2 supports, but they lost their Puck. OG probably still gonna be grinning about that year to year. If this is not good. Although Mixer, he is coming in on the axe. He's gonna spot out Sweet and Strong on the Jakiro. Sweet and Strong in some trouble. Call being held. And there it is from Mixer. Another dunk at the ready for him, and he finds it. But in the meantime, they lost Stormstormer in the mid lane. A 1-for-1 exchange, but one that I think OneWin are finally going to be happy about as they get the mid lane, and Daze could be next as well. Does have the 4-star, steals the Psionic Trap, but there's SSS going in on the Mars, secures the kill with the Spear and the God's Rebuke. Shad, guess maybe you're trying to become another core of sorts, but I don't know if that's possible. Mixer, dropping low up top, quite at the ready on Squadix, and he will drop it, looking to take down the axe. He will succeed. There's Daze though, stealing the Illusory Orb. And he's going to try and gate away Squadix. He does not see Daze though, so Daze is going to be fine. But down bottom, actually Daze is not fine because the TA and the Tusk were waiting. They're going to be able to get the Rubik here on the side of OneWin. They're going to spot the Rosh dropping low. The TA is starting to come in here. But you don't have the puck, but the arena goes in. Oh, there's Triple S with the initiation. They want to try and get the Aegis, but it's Mixer who picks it up. Aegis available for the axe as Triple S is going to pay the price and pay for it with his life. Kasane dropping the shards, trying to run away, but there's no Blink Dagger on this Tusk. It's going to have to be the good old-fashioned TP out, and there's no cancel. OG can't really put a stop to that Tusk as he TPs away. Looking for the Yasha up top, though. Oh, Sweet and Strong going to be in some trouble here. Stormstormer on his case. Jakiro doesn't even have the TP yet, so not like he can even attempt to make a play. Sweet and Strong is going to be found. There's Daze popping the tag team, and they will get the kill. It's going to be Stormstorm who picks it up. Well, won't be cut. Will not be successful in doing so. Mixer's going to jump in here onto the Tusk as well. Kasane in some trouble, will be found by the dunk. 19 Code of Blood stacks for the axe, and he has 7 bonus armor right now as a result. So BKB done for Mixer as well. Also has the... okay, doesn't have the aggro shot just yet, but up top, Sweet and Strong. Oh no, this Jakiro is going to be found again here. Lelis on the money, that Observer Ward. Oh, TA has to be a bit careful, but actually the Tusk is going to be in some trouble. Mixer goes in with the call. There's the Spear coming in from Daze from downtown. That's going to get them the kill. It's going to be able to get the melee racks as well. And you have to be a bit careful here, because the Tusk has been caught out once again. Munkushi, okay, well, won't find anything just yet, but there's the arena coming in from Triple S. They will at least get the Rubik, but now the Mars is in some trouble. Nice spots out from Sweet and Strong, but Chad not taking any damage, just be controlled up here. Munkushi, though, is starting to clean up shop on the TA. Managed to take out the second support as well. Lelis is down for the count, and now OG just at 3 cores alive. Probably don't feel comfortable taking this fight, although Shad gonna try and stand his ground and fight, but there's Mixer going in with the call. Munkushi jumps in though, makes quick work of the axe, but they've lost the Mars as well. And Munkushi gonna be next. Stormstormer jumping back in on the White Spirit. He finishes off the puck, and they're gonna find the TA as well. The buyback's here from Sweet and Strong, but it's too little too late. Sure, you might get the Deucer in the end, but you've lost your carry, and that cost you a buyback. Huge losses here for the side of OneWin. As OG, they will lose 4, but it does cost them the buybacks. Hey, Shad. Trying to get Rosh. Stormstormer jumping in, though, straight onto the Jakiro, but there's the Yule Scepter, buying some time for the time being, but the Mantis style and the jump out, he's going to be fine. But while this is happening, the Rubik has been assassinated. Munkushi makes quick work of that Rubik. Pike available still. The silence is there, though, from the White Spirit. Finally, the puck goes in, but he did not press. Well, he actually did not have the BKB to press, so he will get caught out by that Aether Remnant, eventually falls, but there's a snowball safe, at least keeping the TA alive for the time being, but man, Stormstormer jumping in again, and with the damage in from Shad, they get the kills. Munkushi. Void Spirit as Shad, okay, taking a fair bit of damage. Munkushi still does not have, the damage, but Jakiro is just dead. He's got buyback. Shad just ran him down with the Eye of Skadi. And it doesn't seem like one would have what it takes to hold on to this set of fracks. I mean, even if you get through the first life, there's still the second life remaining on the Deucer. And look at that, Stormstormer jumping in on the Void Spirit once again. Daze Stealing some spells here and there, but has to be careful. Munkushi's going to jump in. That's going to be the dieback for Daze. They get one to start things off, but Munkushi himself does not have buyback. There's the call actually coming in from Mixer. The dunk is there. The TA dead without buyback for 110 seconds. I think this just might be game as the rest of One Win scramble to find the kills. But even if you do, you're still faced up against Mega Creeps. Shad still has the Aegis, and you're all out of luck. Mixer is going to jump back in, dunk off the mark, but it does not matter. Kasane drops the double G's, and it's going to be OG who take game number 1 here. Kidaro's not Kidaro. Lelis' hero here instead. Probably stays at something like 11 or 10 or so. He would devour the axe earlier, and he would just completely obliterate the axe in lane. Now it's a lot more even. Well, while this was happening down bottom, they do end up finding the Warlock Daze. So, better than doing that. It's mid lane. Sweet and Strong to come in on the Shaman. They're going to try and find the Ember. The Flame Guard has run out, so he no longer has the magic damage barrier at the ready. And Kasane comes in for good measure as well. Drops the Shadow Word onto the Queen of Pain. And, good dodge out on the Scream of Pain there with the Sleight of Fist, but Squad X will still find the kill. It's fine though for the time being. But, down bottom, they do manage to get the snipe off onto the Morphling. Munkushi was able to get the kill. Mixer was able to get the kill, not Munkushi. And that's a 28k net worth for Munkushi on that morph. And Triple S up top. Might be in some trouble here. Daze does come in on the Marcy, but the call keeping Triple S alive, although might not be for that long. But okay, well, Kasane comes in, drops the Golem. Where's your mid laner though? You don't really have Squadix here with you. He's finally starting to run in on the Queen of Pain, but he's late to the party, but they will still get Shad. Gonna be a 1-for-1 trade that One Win are gonna be quite happy to take. Well, up top, Shad in some trouble here. Kasane's Golem still whacking away at the Lifestealer, but there's Daze jumping in on the Marcy. As they try and take out this Warlock, they will succeed. Mixer's gonna find that kill with the Flesh Golem. As the Shadow Shaman, well, it will be cancelled by the Dispose. Daze had it all along. He's just holding on to it. And they find the kill. Squadix unable to get involved. Mid lane, Stormstormer does get the inverse. Squadix pump faking the Sonic Wave, but if they do make mistakes. Smokes out by Lelis by himself though, and Stormstormer's actually going to spot out the Warlock. Kasane does have the Golem at the ready if needed. Will he drop it? He does, and it's going to connect on the Stormstormer as Squadix goes in. Gets the Sonic Wave off onto the Ember as well as they get the Jakiro. Stormstormer will finally find the Warlock, but it takes him a while. And Hex, it's out onto Daze, but there's Shad going in hot on the Ancient Creep. They're going to be able to find the Shadow Shaman here, and they also get the Queen of Pain. Oh, I totally didn't catch that. Stormstormer with the chains was able to get the connection, and I guess they had the damage. And Sweet and Strong, he has been spotted. They can always go for him if they want on OG, and they are going to do just that for the time being. Shad's going to come in on the Lifestealer. Probably pick up that kill. Stormstormer gets it though with the Flame Guard. And Lelis going to get an Observer Ward off with that smoke. Don't really see it because Triple S left the area. Squadix has to be careful here on the Queen of Pain. Looking for the 16-minute power rune. Backup has arrived though. One Win are going to come in here. Remnant here, Remnant there. It's going to be a double damage rune up top. Triple S looking to pick that up. And well, he will not find it's actually Daze who gets him. But there's the way we're returning the damage. Squadix throws out the Sonic Wave, but they haven't found Daze just yet. Triple S dropping very low. In fact, he's going to be the one who ends up dropping. He was burning in the macro fire the entire time. And Stormstormer gets the kill. One Win just getting outplayed completely here by the side of OG. Sweet and Strong gonna be in some trouble on the Shadow Shaman as Shad comes in. They're gonna drop the Golem defensively as Shad has the raid, still surviving for the time being. Infest at the ready, and he will get inside a creep. There's Daze coming in on the Marcy with the double damage rune and the Unleash as Munkushi is dropping very, very low, and Shad will get the kill. He will drop in turn as Squadix gets the return kill. It's a 2-for-2 exchange so far. But it looks like One Win might finally be coming out on top as they take out Mixer as well. It's going to be Kasane who gets himself a double kill. Triple S tries to go in on the axe, but a bit off the mark on the call. The Ember's going to be fine. He's going to take the gate. They're going to try and chase down the side of One Win here. Shad's also going to come in with that Infest on the Ancient Black Dragon. It's going to be Sweet and Strong who is in some trouble here. The Shadow Shaman drops the Serpent Wards, trying to find the Jakiro, but Shad is not popping out just yet. There's the call out onto the creep. Finally, Shad's gonna come back out, and Daze is here as well on the Marcy. A bit off the mark with the rebound. Shaman doing what he can before he falls, but okay, that's the golem dropped. Or excuse me, not the golem, but rather the fatal bond's being dropped along with the sonic wave. And Triple S is going to go back in onto the Ember dropping low, but there's the save coming in from Daze. He's going to keep his Ember alive as Winkushi now in some trouble. Does not have the waveform, and Shad looking to go to work on the Morphling there, but will reconsider. Region Rune still running for the Queen of Pain. Blinks into the Lifestealer. They see Shad, and there's the call finally coming through. Do they have the damage? Oh, the goal is going to be finally committed here. For real this time around. It's going to be Kasane who gets the kill. And man, Triple S is also going to get himself a dunk. It's 3 kills going the way of 1 win. Persistence pays off as Winkushi hands out the tip back over to Daze. Finally, Uji. They end up making a few mistakes, and well, in the mid lane, they're also going to lose Stormstormer. Not too sure what he was doing there. Aether Lens was finished for the Shadow Shaman, so he got a Hex off out of vision. And the Shadow Shaman, okay, well, in some trouble. Throws out the Hex onto the Ember, surviving for a little while longer. There's the Shackles coming in as well, and Triple S with the counter initiation. They drop the Sonic Wave, but they don't have the damage to finish off the heroes just yet. OG still standing their ground and fighting, and it just does not seem like they have the numbers. Winkushi is not around on the Morphling. Squad X was hoping maybe he could find something here, but he will not be able to do so. At least the Axe is able to TP out, so you have something going for you there if you start getting some work done up top. Daze could be in some trouble on the Marcy. Sweet and Strong's going to spot him out. Commits the Serpent Wards. That should be the death of Daze. TP was attempted by someone. I'm not sure who it was. They left Daze for dead in the end. It was the Ember who thought about helping out his buddy, but did smoke up, but ultimately not make the move. Triple S has to be a bit careful though. He's going to be spotted, and there's the chains coming through. Decay dropped along with the Tombstone. Daze comes in on the Marcy as the Axe tries to survive, but he's going to fall. He's looking to finish up the BKB, but will be delayed a bit in finding that item. Will be forced to BKB TP out. No way to cancel that one. Stormstormer though, looking for more with the Haste Rune, and it's going to be the Warlock who's in trouble. Chained up, beaten to a pulp. It's going to be Daze who gets the kill. But the rest of 1 win do get away. Let's take away any surprise as the Shaman blinking in. He does have the range. Can he actually find the Marcy? Yes, he does. There's the Hex. They will at least get Daze here. On the side of 1 win. 5 heroes all coming in. Everyone wants to kill, but it's Winkushi who gets it ultimately. And the Morphling really needed that. Be sure why. Well, it is pretty good against the Rage. Oh, a miss on the call by Triple S on the Axe. Mixes around on the Undying. Gonna start dropping those DKs. There's the Tombstone committed with the Flesh Golem as well. Sweet and Strong actually went in with the Hex. They were hoping to maybe find Mixer, but now Mixer has actually found the Axe. He could be in some trouble. Aghanim Scepter is done for the Undying. And now Winkushi, he's alone on an island, did not get the strength of off, and well, there's the stance. They get the kill onto Winkushi. Oh no, they left the Morphling alone, and the Morphling just falls here. OG finding a very huge kill. And now, 1 win, their ranks are going to completely break as Stormstormer gets the Searing Chains off onto Kasane. Kasane has the golem, but probably will not commit it, will just die. Keeping that intact, drops the gem. Not sure who picked it up. Well, don't know who it was. But Shad does get himself a double kill. And the gem does not seem like it was recovered. I hear a call though. Okay, there's the call along with the Sonic Wave. Squad X is going to find himself 2 quick kills. They take out the supports on the side of OG. But now a TP coming in from Sweet and Strong. Shad, he does not have the agents. He thought he was very, very strong. But he probably is going to end up falling here. It's Squad X doing the cleanup work. But man, Mixer is so damn fond on the Undying. 64 stacks of the Decay. And it's Stormstormer who gets the return kills. It's only Squad X surviving the massacre. You find any of these heroes. Lelis actually senses the gank coming in. Spidey senses tingling as Shad might actually be in some trouble here on the Lifestealer. There's the call coming in. Ice Path along with the Macro Fire drop. Golem's going to be committed as well. They really want to find Shad, and they do. They get arguably the biggest kill they could have found. Shad was not there for the Torment here. And now he's down for 60 seconds without buyback. 1 win. Potentially have a window to come back in this game. Of OG that Aegis, and One win. We're going to try and force the issue here. Day is going to go in with the stun though. Maybe they can bring down the Morphling. No, the Morphling finally gets the attribute chipped off. Mungushi is going to be fine. And there's the 3-man call going in on the Axe once again. Chad's going to be in some trouble as the Sonic Wave clips him. The Axe will finally fall, but there's the Infest. Keeping the Lifestealer alive. Squadix going to blink away. He's going to take him straight towards Street and Strong on the Shaman, who does have the control for now. Mungushi trying to find some return kills here on the Morphling, but he's not succeeding, does not have the damage. Turns into the Lifestealer though, and all of a sudden he is ripping through the side of OG. In fact, Mungushi's a better Lifestealer than Chad himself can manage to be. They will finally take down this Morphling. The Aegis is going to be found as Squadix in some trouble. Or is he? Well, Morphling, he is the one who's cleaning this fight up. Infest is out again though from Shad, and they might be able to finally take down Mungushi here. The Undying's here as well. Mungushi will fall, and OG are going to win a fight. It's Mixer on that Undying with 72 stacks of the Decay. Shad, well, this creep's going to be spotted. The Ice Firebomb drop, but there's a shot with the Shackle onto the Ancient Creep, and Daze is actually going to go in. They're going to quickly take down the Shaman here, but the buyback is available. There you go. There's the call coming in from SSS. They're actually bringing Shad down very low. Shad, he's going to drop. He's got no buyback. 89 seconds, and he's down for the count here. And the rest of OG just going to scramble and run their way out of here as one win. Take a brilliant team fight. Straight as an arrow. As OG, they're going to try and find the members of one win, maybe catch them off guard while they're still split up. Stormstormer is going to go in, but there's the call coming in from the Axe. They're going to quick work of Stormstormer on the Ember as the Axe gets the dunk. And Shad, he's going to go in, he's going to try and take down the first life of this Morphling. The Morphling dropping low. Mungushi, well, he is surviving, but not for long. The first life is going to go down. Triple S. He is surviving for the time being. Did have the Lotus to heal himself back up. Sweet and Strong gives him another Lotus, and Triple S survives. They may be able to take down Daze on the Marcy as Daze surviving, and in the meantime, they found Mungushi on the Morphling. A kill going the way of OG as one win now. Going to be on the run. Shad gets himself a double kill, and they also going to find Triple S on the Axe. Oh no, one win. Things have gone very wrong for you here. No buyback for him, and he doesn't have another for 3.5 minutes. So if they find him, could just be game. But okay, they spot out the Morphling. They're going to go in. They're going to try and bring down Mungushi, but Mungushi gets off the BKB. Being kept alive by the plethora of 4-stars in Solar Quest. He is going to be okay for the time being. Sonic Wave committed. It's only on Daze, but Daze should be going down eventually as they get the kill. And now Squadix jumping in, looking to punish the side of OG. This Queen of Pain has the Aghanim Scepter and the Auto Core done with the level 25, the Blink cooldown. So there's going to be a lot of daggers flying through here. Shad, well, commits the Infest, says the Undying, dropping very, very low from the Morphling, who's actually turned into Lifestealer. They're going to be able to bring down Shad. The Undying also dropping low, will finally be found. It's going to be Mixer, who at least gets a kill before he falls, but he falls nonetheless. Green Core, 56 stolen strength for him. As well, he's going to go in there with the Hex. Triple S is around. You'll have to drop in. There's the Tombstone as well. Slowly but surely, the Axe also being bought down low. The Decay is starting to work on him. He's lost 24 strength. As Stormstormer looking to find more, and he dodges out the call, but there's the Hex coming in from the Shadow Shaman. Stormstormer's going to fall nonetheless, and the Axe gets the dunk. Squadix now going to be looking for more. That's no buyback on the Ember. What the fuck? Okay, wait, he's getting back up. He's getting one back up in 10 seconds. That's fine, that's fine. He's going to be back up. False news, folks, false news. Well, what's not false news is the fact that Axe has gone in. Chad is in some very, very deep trouble, but he will get the Infest off at the last one. But Squadix going ham in the meantime. He's got himself a double kill. Buybacks coming in. Daze, Kitaro, Lelis, and the Ember buying back, but they've lost Shad. Shad does have buyback himself, though, so he will come back in for round number 2. It's a bunch of buybacks committed from OG, as now Mungushi is going to TP out the Ember, trying to find something in turn, but it's only going to be Sweet and Strong on the Shaman. That's the kill they find, and now OG, they have committed so many buybacks. But Daze could be in some trouble here on the Marcy. They are going to spot him out. He does have the Aeon, so he's going to stay alive and buy some time for the time being. TP's coming in. It's actually going to be the Ember. BKB committed by the Shadow Shaman as he's trying to get away, but there's the call. Oh, Golem being pumped. Fate will finally be dropped out onto two heads. They will get Daze to start things off. Daze is down for 120 seconds, but they lose the Shaman, they lose the Warlock as well. The Axe trying to stand his ground, the Macropire burning him, but he will survive with the help of the 4-star. Squadix now going in, but he's all alone. The Ember, though, off the mark, does not get the chains onto the Axe. The Axe gets away as Munkushi and Squadix trying to go in, trying to clean up these fights, but they just don't have enough damage in the tank, and they will that you can force out as Squadix is going in onto Mixer. Mixer has a Flesh Golem, though, is going to be alive for the time being. Sonic Wave pushing him back into the waiting arms of Munkushi. Munkushi with the right click damage actually brings down the Undying, who just does not have a single armor item, and a buyback does come through from Daze, and that is your ticket back into this game if you're one win. As Mixer, going in on the Undying once again. They will be able to get Squadix to start things off here as Mixer surviving for the time being. Munkushi also in some trouble there on the Morphling, but he just does not have the HP. They will find the kill. It's going to be Stormstormer who gets the kill. And now the Ember going forward, level 30 Divine Regalia available on him. And well, looks like the Axe is going to be found. It's going to be Triple S who ends up biting the dust. That Divine Regalia from the Ember. Find someone here on the side of one win. And well, they found Sweet and Strong here. Does have the buyback at the ready on the Shaman, so losing him wouldn't be the biggest problem in the world. But Munkushi's actually going to blink in on the Morphling. He wants to try and find the Ember. Ember pops the BKB though. Remington around, but they've got him with the goal. They actually find Stormstormer here, but can they bring him down? No, they cannot. Stormstormer's going to be fine. But while all this was happening, well, Shan, he goes to work on the Squadix, who still has the BKB and the Bloodstone at the ready, but Squadix, he is surviving. Oh, he's surviving for the time being. He manages to get away on the Queen of Pain, but they've lost the Axe in the meantime. And Kushi trying to make quick work of Daze. He will get him. Stormstorm is also dead, but he's got the buyback. No, but Kushi, he's in some trouble. Ice Path on him. He doesn't have the buyback. The Helm of the Undying will proc. Can he find some kills to stay alive? No, he's rooted in place. He will fall. No buyback for him as OG. It's taken them 66 long minutes to get to this point, but they will finally take game number 2 against one win, who I'm not too sure can... Okay, does get the blink away. BKB is available now. Sweet and Strong's going to go in. They're going to try and take down Shad first on the Lifestealer. Control is there, but there's the Tombstone. Buying some time. As the Queen of Pain trying to do the work with the daggers. Glyphs still at the ready, but they haven't popped it. Bloodthorns out. Go on to Squadix. There's the Macropire as well. They will find the Queen of Pain. 120 seconds without buyback, and GG gets called. The disconnects there. One win. Will not be able to take a game off of this OG roster just yet. They're going to have to wait